Hello everybody, I'm Nico, also known as Nico Tanlol or effrumman. Today I'm going to continue the storage portion of these tutorials with super swimming, something that you can do with storage. I did move the camera because there were some complaints about the small amount of screen on the left and bottom of it, so there shouldn't be any complaints about it this time. So here on Windfall, there's actually this rock that you get two kinds of storage off of. Kind where you fall off automatically, which is this little corner up here. Probably the worst way to do it with this rock is using the corner because it's so damn hard to climb up it. If I can climb up like that, you'll fall off by yourself. But the easiest way is to climb up down here and have that wall behind it push you off when you Wind Waker dive. If I do the sword slash, it means I got overconfident, like, oh, I know I got storage, so I'm just gonna press B. This is my least favorite storage. Now that I have storage, you'll know that if you take out the Wind Waker again, it locks your camera. You can basically run in all directions when you have the L button held, but if you try to run around, you're going to have a bad time. So there are a few things you need to know about camera lock, how it works. Basically, the place you're standing when you start camera lock is how all of your controls are going to be. Well, it's how your inputs are calculated. So, if I'm standing right here on this corner, I start camera lock, all of my controls are going to be based on where I was looking and where I was standing when I started camera lock. So if I hold to the right, I should go to the left of the screen. If I hold to the left, I should go to the left of the screen. Now the problem that you run into here is that when you're on the center point, your inputs will constantly be reversing because when you pass the center line, it's now the other direction when you hold left. So you kind of get this jolty action here going on. And so if you want to like side hop, you'll probably go the wrong way when you start out. Notice I kind of holding left, but I side hop to the right when I'm past the center line, and now I'm going in all these weird directions. So you have to remember the direction that you were facing and where you were standing when you started the camera lock, because if you don't, you're going to be having a lot of trouble moving around. So that's camera lock movement. That's the first little step in storage and super swimming. So once you get camera lock, you can go ahead and just jump in the water. You start camera lock, remember where you were facing. To my left was the ocean, so I do a left side hop, and in the ocean. Here's where a lot of people go wrong. They just hold straight up thinking that you'll be super swimming. Technically, yes, you're super swimming, but there's oscillation. If you look at the map right now, here, I'll just move this for the sake of this tutorial. If you look at the map, I'm spinning in circles. I'm not charging this vertically, I'm just swimming randomly in all directions. I can find a little ledge to climb up. There we go. So you don't want to do that. That's the wrong way to charge a super swim. Let's get storage again, jump in the water, and I'll show you the correct way to charge a super swim. Okay, so some people like to use the direction that Link is looking and use that as reference. I personally don't like that method. Kind of have to think of where, this is really hard to conceptualize in the middle of a speed run, but where you were standing when you started the storage and the direction you were facing when you entered the water are the factors that will decide which direction you have to hold the control stick to charge your super swim. So because I was at a front right angle to that way, to charge my super swim, I have to hold the joystick slightly that way on the opposite side, and that's how I'm going to charge my swim. So you want to start holding up and then slowly turn the stick to the left until you stabilize. And then if you start the swim while facing in the other direction, you'd hold the stick and hold straight up and then slowly tilt it to the right to stabilize. So I'm going to be slowly tilting it to the left to stabilize, and you'll see on the map I'm now going just horizontally left and right instead of spinning in circles like that. So you want to charge the swim basically as long as you want, and then when you let it go, you'll just go flying in one direction. How long you charge the swim is definitely a factor on how far you go with it. So I'm actually quite advanced in super swimming tactics because it was such an interesting glitch to me. I tried to learn everything I could about it. So this portion of the video is basically how to guarantee speed in a super swim. This kills a lot of runs, because you need speed when you have a super swim. The only problem with this method is you need an S-video monitor to be able to do this. There's something about the refresh rate or whatever, the way the video works with S-video compared to composite really matters for this tactic. So if you jump in the water, because I'm recording this in S-video, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. When I start the swim, my screen's going to be flickering every single frame, but occasionally it will jump and things will disappear for a second. When it jumps, it means I'm at a peak velocity, and the peak velocity keeps on getting higher and higher and higher the longer I'm charging my swim. So I'm going to just charge and ignore the screen flickering until I'm about to drown. Now that I'm about to drown, I want to watch my S-video monitor. And when there's a large cluster of screen jumps compared to screen flickers, so if the screen is flickering every 2 frames instead of every 1 frame, that means I'm at a peak velocity and I want to release my swim during that time. So if I watch my S-video monitor, there, I'm jumping. So now I want to let it go. And now I'm going to be going at a peak velocity, and I'm going to be going very quickly. And this is really important for some super swims, like the Great Fish Super Swim or the Super Swim to Bird's Peak Rock, because you need a very good speed, and you don't always have air refills to guarantee you'll be charging your swim for a long time. So I'll just do another super swim using the S-video monitor to watch the screen hops. I actually got some bad luck in that, and I didn't reach a peak velocity because I wasn't charging very long. So I probably would have drowned on my way to the island even though I had enough speed. Theoretically, if that was a super swim. I'm starting these swims over here because you can accidentally get air refills at the docks. And for the sake of testing, we don't want air refills. I'm just going to charge up the swim. Okay, so now I want to watch. There's the screen hops. So I want to angle myself as quickly as I can before I lose all of my velocity and let the swim go. You'll see that even though I didn't have any air refills, I'm making it to Forsaken Fortress. That's probably not like something that you would think is possible. But if you super swim correctly, you'll be able to do this every single time, and you rely so much, like, it's so little the luck that you rely on with this tactic compared to what speedrunners currently do, which is just charge the super swim for a long time and then I guess just guess how far along they are. This gets rid of a lot of that guessing, which I think is extremely important. I don't know why I went to Forsaken Fortress. I guess I felt like I needed to practice that swim. so I'm gonna just cut the video back to Windfall and I'll continue explaining about super swims. Okay, so here I am on North Triangle Island where the infamous Great Fish Super Swim is started. I'm gonna talk about quickly why it's so hard to start a super swim here. Storage first. So this water rises up and down, and you optimally want to start the swim as low as you can on the rock and side hop into the water. But the problem is, if you walk even one frame past where you start camera lock, your controls are reversed, as we went over earlier. So while you're going down, if you take out the Wind Waker and you're still holding to the right, you're going to walk one frame to the right and your controls are going to be reversed. So when you try to side hop, you're going to go in the complete wrong direction and you're going to have to restart your camera lock, restart your super swim. So you want to make sure you're standing still before you actually do the side hop. Because, like, as an example just now, I side hopped in the wrong direction. And then you want to charge your swim. So for this super swim portion, I'm going to be talking about how to avoid splooshing, because splooshing is a pain in the ass. One method is to swim back a few feet and then charge the swim like normal. Another method, sploosh me, oscillate me into the island. Okay. Another method is to start the swim when the water level has risen, and then you'll get an automatic air refill and you can just get it to send you south a little bit or north, and you can charge the swim like that. The last method, oh yeah, that's something I didn't cover. If you want to stop a swim immediately, just hit L and you'll lose all of your momentum and just go normally in whatever direction. I'm gonna drown, think about air. Another method is to charge side by side with the island. This one is risky because you can't control your oscillation in a super swim as much. There are like about 3 bursts of speed that you'll get on a normal air supply. There's one oscillation. The second one will happen right before I drown. So you can't really control that oscillation, but I think I did a pretty good job there for the sake of example. So for this swim, the main problem that people run into is getting speed to reach great fish without drowning. You want to charge it in between Dragon Roost and Tingle Island, or between the treasure spot and Dragon Roost. I've already got the treasure, so it probably won't show up, but right about at this angle. Watching my S video for the hops, there's the hops. Now I want to release my swim. This is a pretty much perfect angle for the sake of example. And what speedrunners do currently is they swing it in from the left. They just kind of swing to the right. I was a little late on that, so I would have just drowned, booshed, but I'm very bad at this super swim the way that other people do it. I come in from here, but apparently that's a very bad idea. So if you have the speed for it, you want to just swing in from the right. I could make an entirely different video on the Great Fish Super Swim, but I think that's everything about super swimming covered. Camera lock, how to stabilize your swim, when to let go. Oh, maneuvering in the water, that's an important one. And air refills, I'll cover that too. So I'm gonna go over to Windfall Island now, the place to get infinity air refills. Air refills are a gift from God when you're doing very far super swims, but they're kind of a curse if you're doing a super swim like Great Fish, because you can clip through islands. I'll probably have to cover that too. So when you're charging this Windfall Super Swim, There's a portion in the game right after you get the bombs where you have to super swim from Windfall to Outset, which, if you look at the map, is about an entire vertical section. Outset. And so you need a lot of oxygen and a lot of time charging that super swim to be able to make it across the map. So I want to start camera lock here because I'll know where the controls are and get into the water. Underneath these docks you'll see I have no air meter, and if I zoom in you'll see exactly where I am. You can actually start the swim here or over here. You can get an air refill here if you have speed, but if you're new to the swim you'll want to stabilize horizontally right here on these docks. The only problem with doing it here is you can sploosh on this little sand beach, and you can also grab this ledge and climb up, both of which will make you lose all. So if you're a little bit more advanced, I suggest you charge it somewhat horizontally over here and get air refills. Like, not like that. Alright, I just oscillated, so I'm stuck here. Gonna get a bunch of air refills. Okay, so now I'm pretty much rich on air, and that little mini-map me is gonna just start disappearing because I'm going so frickin' fast. I let this go, I'm probably just gonna clip through Outset, which is fine. But I'll just, as an example, when you have a lot of speed in a super swim, you're gonna go through islands before they even load. When you're super swimming, your controls left and right are reversed, because if you think about camera lock, left is right, right is left. So if I want to swim to Outset, I'm not going to be holding right, I'm going to be holding left. I'm going to be holding right, I'm not going to be holding facing backwards. And the water on Outset is calm, so the ocean kind of loads all the rough water, and then when you get to a place that has calm water, it'll reload the ocean, which takes place in about 2 to 3 seconds. But when you're super swimming, you go through a quadrant in less than 2 to 3 seconds. A good example of that is Fire Mountain and Dragon Roost. They have a different ocean loaded, so if you super swim directly into Fire Mountain, you'll sploosh. If you super swim directly into Outset Island, you'll I'm probably not going to sploosh here, going at a pretty gradual speed. But I'll actually spawn on the island. So controlling a super swim, you would think that it's easy. You'll just say, oh, my controls are reversed. But I'll show you an example of how it's a pain in the ass. That's alright, I meant to do that so Beetle would go away. Alright, so I'm just going to charge up a super swim. I'm going to get enough speed to where I have a lot of speed, but I'm not terribly fast. Okay. So I have a bad angle here. If I'm trying to get Headstone Island, I'm going to go just around the top of it. So if I try to reposition myself, every time you move left and right while super swimming, if you go straight, you're not going to lose any speed. Every time you move left and right, you lose a good chunk of speed. I'm not exactly sure how much speed you're going to lose, but you lose quite a bit of speed. So if I go like this, I'm probably not even going to make it to Headstone Island anymore, because I lost all of my speed. I was going so fast before, and now I've barely moved an eighth of a quadrant for that amount of time. And now I'm not even moving. The only thing you can really do in that situation is charge your swim. Hopefully you have enough time to get enough speed to get to the island you're going to. So basically the lesson you want to learn from this is to not change your angle until you're at the end of your swim to get onto the island, because if you change it before you get to the island, you probably won't even make it there. So be very careful when you're changing the speed of your super swim. So now I'm just going to show you what splooshing looks like. If you charge a super swim and then you swim into an area that has a different type of water. The example I used earlier was Dragon Roost to Fire Mountain. There's a part of the game where you actually have to super swim from Dragon Roost to Bird's Peak or Dragon Roost to Forest Haven. And there's a reason that that speedrunners don't use a direct angle to get there. It's because Fire Mountain has a different ocean. Files actually from a long time ago. I did rock skip. I'm just gonna charge a swim from over here for some reason. Go into Fire Mountain. I actually didn't use my S-Video monitor, so I don't know what my speed is. Hopefully it's enough to sploosh. Very funny game. I want to avoid splooshing while I'm charging this swim. While I oscillate. About to oscillate. Got air, whatever. Alright, so I'm going to keep charging right here. If I charge vertically, I'll be at the right angle to get to Fire Mountain, so I'll just keep doing that. If I let this go, so if I'm trying to super swim straight to Forest Haven, I'm like, oh man, this is like the perfect angle. But when you let it go, you sploosh. Because the water at Fire Mountain is different than the water at Dragon Roost. However, the water here are all the same. So to go from Dragon Roost to Forest Haven, you'd have to go through the northeastern quadrant into here and then back around, or just swim to Bird's Peak, swim to Forest Haven. So you really want to avoid splooshing. You can recover from splooshing. Also, when you sploosh, the camera lock changes because Link's position sets to where you're facing when you sploosh. So most of the time, if you're charging up and to the right, it'll probably be up and to the left. Sometimes it's actually the same, which is nice, but it will change the position Link is facing when you get camera lock. You have to be aware of that. I'm probably going to drown on my way to Forest Haven. But I mean, if this were a run... Oh, look at that. I clipped through the first half of the island and then it loaded when I was on the other side. So that's like probably the best luck you could ever have if you're like, oh my god, I'm going to drown. But yeah, that's not going to happen to you. This happens. Right next to the little ledge. I had to lose all of my super swim speed, but I'm still going to spawn on the island because I have it on my map. So yeah, that is that's super swimming in a nutshell. How to avoid splooshing, that other stuff. If there's any questions that you have, just make a comment, or what are those other things you do? Send me a message. I'd be happy to answer, help you out with anything. If you think I'm wrong about anything, feel free to let me know. I can solve any discrepancies. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you like the video, feel free to hit like, subscribe, watch me on Twitch sometime. Thank you.